قاعدين على باب البيت
يعني داخلين الأرض
مقاومين وكأنهم منفلتين عن القانون.
Okay, today we are going to cover the 8th letter, the letter Chet. And Chet is the number 8. And so what do we know concerning the Hebrew alphabet? Every Hebrew letter is also a word. It's a picture. It's a number. It has a symbolic meaning. And believe it or not, the Hebrew word Chet means beasts. In Genesis 1:14, the beasts of the earth, or not 1:14, but in Genesis 1, it talks about the beasts of the earth, and the word is Chet. And the picture is of a fence. It's the number 8. Symbolically, it means like a wall to guard or to protect. Okay, so that is how you spell the letter Chet, is the Chet Yud Tav, Het. Now that is different from the children of Het. The Het, as far as the children of Het, there's no letter Yud in the middle. It's just Het Tav. That's the children of Het. Now, the letter Het, the word Het, has a Yud in the middle, and it means beasts. But what's interesting, how many of you ever seen that little necklace that says Chai on it? It has the Het and the Yud, and Chai is life in Hebrew. As a matter of fact, if you read Genesis chapter 3, verse 20, Adam calls his wife's name Chava. We say Eve, but it's Chava because she was the mother of all living, Chai or Chaim. And so the very word Chai, you see the Het and the Yud on the word living, it means life. Now when Adam was created, God breathed in him that breath of life. But what's fascinating is Eve's name means a life giver, Chava, someone who gives life. That's why she's the mother of all living, because she is a life giver. Now the word Chai here, if you add the letter Lamed to it, you get the word Chayil. Now Chayil, get a load of this. The word Chayil means a living force. It's a force to be reckoned with, to have all the needed resources, an army. It also is translated as wealth, strength, power. As a matter of fact, this word Chayil basically means like an army, a force to be reckoned with. Well, in Proverbs 30, where it talks about Proverbs 31, where it talks about the virtuous woman, the word virtuous is the wrong translation. The Hebrew word there is Chayil. Who can find a woman that is like a powerful army, a force to be reckoned with? So that's kind of fascinating. Now, concerning the letter Chet, I have these two kids looking over a fence, and I have a Hebrew word there. It's the Aleph, which you recognize, and the Chet. Together it's Ach. Guess what that is, what that Hebrew word means? Well, it means brother. That's exactly what it means. And if you look at the ancient Hebrew, if you remember, the Aleph is an ox, meaning strong. The Het is a fence. A brother is to be like a strong fence, protecting one another. Now, what's fascinating, how many of you ever heard of this word? Try to pronounce that. What do you think that is? The Aleph, the Het, and the Dalet. Echad. And how many of you know God is Echad? And Echad means unity. And so you take brothers, that very word brother, you add the dalet, you get unity. And so that is what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be one. The door, dalet being the door, it's a brother's door, is being unified. Okay? So the thing is, are we to be a strong fence, or are we to be tearing down fences? You know, we're supposed to be a strong fence and protect one another. Now, one of the other interesting things that I want to talk about as well is if you look at the Passover, remember the blood? And the letter chet looks like a door. It's a fence to protect. And that's what it is. Now, there's another word that has the word chet at the beginning of it, and that is the word for vision. In Numbers 24, 15, and 16, Balaam is speaking up a parable, and he says, I'm the man whose eyes are open. And it says, I saw the vision of the Almighty. And it says, falling in a trance, but having his eyes open. Well, when you look at that word vision, okay, it means to have a vision of. It means basically, let's look at it this way. Here's vision. The chet is a barrier, right, or a fence. The zayin means to cut, and the hay is a revelation. And so the word vision is cutting that barrier to revelation. Kind of like the curtain being ripped. The curtain in the veil in the Holy of Holies, there was this barrier that was blocking the revelation. The zayin, which is the sword, cuts the curtain, and behold the revelation. And so we see here that word for vision is removing the barrier to revelation. Now, what's fascinating is in Lamentations 2, verse 9, it says, the law or the Torah is no more. Her prophets find no vision. Okay? There's no vision. When the Torah is gone, that's the light. There's no more vision. But listen to Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people, what? Perish. But he that keeps the law is happy. Now, I want you to notice something. Here is the word for perish. Okay? But get a load of this. That word means to be made naked. If you have no vision, you perish. Where there is no law, you don't have a vision, the people perish, or in other words, they're made naked. This is why in Revelation 3, because you say I'm rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, you don't know that you're wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked. You're blind. You have no vision, so you are naked. In Revelation 3:18, it says, I counsel you to buy gold tried in the fire that you may be rich, and white raiment that you may be clothed, that the shame of your nakedness does not appear. Anoint your eyes that you may see. And so we have to understand that chet, which brings life, also has to do with the Torah, and it needs to be revealed. Otherwise, if we say it's done away with, we perish and are made naked, as it says in the book of Revelation. Sherry.
Okay. Yes, amazing. Okay, so let's pronounce the chet, and it's that scratchy feeling in the back of your throat. Chet. It's not a sound that we grow up making in the West, and so it's a sound that we have to practice. And so just let's do it again. Chet. Okay, good. You're getting there. Chet, as Pastor Mark said, represents life and protection. And one way you can look at that is to remember during the first Passover when they painted the blood around the doorposts, it looks like the letter chet. And everyone inside that door had their life protected. So it's a way that you can remember that easily. And what's the gematria of the chet? A chet is said to be made up of a zayin, which is 7. We did that last week. Remember, it's the sword of the Spirit. And the vav, which is the new man that had this life breathed into him. And so if you take the 7 and the 6, the zayin and the vav, you get 13. 13 is also the gematria of the word ahava, which is love. And it's the same gematria as the word echad, which is one or unity. So how does love and unity relate to the het? Well, John 17:22 says that they may be one even as we are in them. Well, how does that happen? Here's a fun picture to remember. This is a het. It's said to be made up of the zayin, which is the crowned man. And who is the crowned man? Yeshua. And a vav, which is the new man. But when they are yoked together, as Jesus said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, then you become protected, loved, and that is the het, that crowned man working and yoked together with the new man. So that's our het. So let's look at 2 new vowel points this week. We're going to have these 3 diagonal dots. Okay, they're going to go directly under a letter. That's a great one. All right, and I'm going to do this. This is going to be the bait. And when you see those 3 dots, I want you to think of 3 dots of drippy glue. And what would you say? Ooh. And that's 3 dots, drippy glue. And if you put a bait in on top, it would say boo. Boo. Okay, that's easy, right? And here's a vav. Remember, we have a vav that acts as a vowel here, and it's going to say oh, because when you look at the beautiful moon up above in the sky, you say, oh, it's beautiful, right? But now you're going to say, ooh, I have a tummy ache. You're going to think of this as a belly button. I just think of it as a belly button. Ooh, I have a tummy ache, and it's going to say ooh. So you have 2 vowel points that say ooh, 3 drippy drops of glue, and the guy with the tummy ache that says ooh. Okay, so if I'm going to put a bait here, what would it say?
Boo.
Boo. So this is going to say boo, boo. Okay?
Boo-hoo.
Or it could say who or who. All right? Or just ooh, ooh. We already did boo, so let's do voo, voo. Or, this is a fun one, goo, goo. What's the baby say? All right. So those are our vowel points. Let's do the other ones. Remember, this is D. Where are you? Let's read. D, day, da,
do,
and
da.
You got it. All right. So we had a little practice there. Maybe we'll have time for a little more, but I want you to read these words. All right. So here's our het. We didn't write it yet. Let's write it. Let's write our het, and we're going to make 2 lines, one going across and one coming down. So everybody do that. One going across and one coming down. Oh, I got these in the way. Then you're going to lift your pencil, leave a slight overhang, and come down with the second line. Okay, let's do one more. Come across, come down, leave a slight little line overhang, and come down. One more. Come across, come down, leave a little overhang, come down. Okay, so it's an easy letter to write. Okay, let's read it now. Here's our first word. I know they're kind of crowded there. So this is the het. It's got the line underneath it. So you're going to say va. And that's the word for Eve, who is the life giver. Chava. Okay, this is the word for life. You're going to start with the het, with the ah. So you're going to say cha.
Hi.
These are the vowel points working together that say e. So you're going to say chaim. This is the final mem, and it says m. I have that written there for you. One more time. Try it again. Chaim. Chaim. Life.
Chaim.
Okay? Then you're going to say ah. There's no other vowel point, so it's just ah. And that's brother. This is a great word. B. When you have 2 points, we haven't done this yet, but when you have 2 vowel points directly on top of each other, they just say the sound of the letter. So you don't have to learn anything else, just the sound of the letter. B-E-Chad. And that means in one. And so you see here that bait is a whole word, but it's attached to echad. So get used to, in Hebrew, words are attached to one another. They aren't separate like they are in English. Remember, the vav attached at the beginning is and. The hey attached at the beginning is the. So in this word, it's b-e-chad. Okay, last word.
Together in unity.
In unity, in one or in unity, yes. And our last word that this is a final noon, it says n, and this is ch. So chen. And it means grace. Lots of girls in Israel are named Chen. And their name means grace. Okay?
How come the guys aren't called Grace?
I don't know. I guess they aren't nice enough.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. See you in 15 minutes.